Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. This time I'm building a house from Soda Sims, and as you can see in the title, I decided to do the full Dunphy house, the house from Modern Family, where the Dunphys live, and it was quite a challenge to be honest, and I had so many problems while trying to build it, but I achieved that. So quite a while ago, like I don't even recall when, I decided to build houses from Modern Family, and this one was the first because it was classic, and I don't know, for some reason I feel like the Dunphys are kind of like the stars of the show, probably because they are the bigger family. I don't know, I just felt like doing that, but I YouTube searched, I guess, to see if anyone else did that and whatnot, and a guy did that and he had so many views. So I'm like, yeah, if I do that, first things first, people will say that I copied him off and no one will watch it, so why do that? And I think I decided to do, I don't recall, Bridget's house? No, it must become Mitchell's house. I'm not completely sure which one I did. They will be both linked in the outro card. But people actually really liked them, and that made me so happy. So fast forward to this year, we actually see, because I'm a fan of the series, like I don't miss an episode, we actually see a few parts of the house that we haven't really seen before, for example the basement. And while seeing that, when I watch the TV series, I don't watch the TV series, I watch like, oh, that's a cool house, do you think I can implement ideas for that in The Sims, or can I recreate that in The Sims? So I thought like there is no way that he has that, and he's done this like video 2 years ago. So few months ago, I don't recall, like a couple of months, something like that, someone commented and said, hey, will you ever do this house? And I'm like, actually people want to see that, like why do people want to see that? So I shared to see what he did, what other people did, and actually the comments on his video, and I'm saying his because as far as I've seen, even though I did not watch the entire thing and listen to he's a guy, he did the exterior correctly, but the interior is very wrong. And if you ever seen like any of my other From Show to Sims videos, you know that I take things very seriously. Just to give you an example, I watched 3 seasons, the 3 last seasons of this, of Modern Family, just to take screenshots, and I took more than 150 screenshots, so those are a lot of screenshots. I spent 2 days doing nothing but watching this thing, and I kinda lost my mind. So I think 3 people tried that, or 2. The guy did like the interior completely wrong and people told him off in the comments, which I feel like, you know, even if you do mistakes, it's like you tried. And then there was a girl that she actually did like a small tour around the house that she built, and she got a lot of parts correctly, which I was completely surprised because figuring out the layout of this house was a nightmare. Like I had no idea what was going on, so that took me an entire day to figure out. So yeah, but no, she got few parts wrong too, which I feel like I might have done few parts wrong too, but no, she did pretty good. But I feel like after so long, we have more packs, we have more details, and I decided, you know what? Let's try that. And oh my god, everything was against me and still is. So I built up to the kitchen, I think, area, what you're seeing right now. I've built that quite a while ago. So I started doing the research on middle August, and I was hoping up until middle September this video will definitely be out. So last week I finished building it. Like, no, that's a lie. Finished building like up to the kitchen, or 2 weeks ago, I don't recall. And oh my god, my computer was going insane. So I don't know if every Windows computer comes with OneDrive, but mine did, and I had no idea what it was, and I was so upset with it, so I decided to completely delete it. And apparently every zip file was saved there, and I basically lost everything that I've done, all my sim games, all my screenshots, every build that I've done that was not uploaded in the gallery, every mod that I downloaded, so basically I had to redo it. And that was the worst thing ever, like no joke. It's so frustrating to try and get everything right, like the items that you see in the screenshots that I've taken like from like the series, from episodes, and try to find the best mats in the sims, try to get the position right and everything right. So imagine having to do that twice, like for the same thing. I grew like so upset. I got so upset, and basically that's why this video is late, because I had to redone it. And today I tried to basically launch the Sims to get the screenshots, because near the end you will see screenshots as of what I've taken from the series and how it looked in the Sims, like from the same kind of angle and stuff. Don't worry, it's not like 150 screenshots. I did not go mad. And I kept getting an error, which is very frustrating. I cannot launch The Sims 4 in 64 bits, and afterwards I tried to actually launch the Photoshop and Premiere, and it kept saying like, oh, your graphic card is outdated, you do not have a designated graphic card. I'm like, it was a nightmare to actually build this house. It took me so long. Like, the actual footage is 8 hours, what I have in my hands. Of course, I would never ever put something that big in YouTube, because the previous 2 houses from Modern Family were quite big, but I don't really wanna make builds longer than 30 minutes. Like, that's my max. So I cut off a few parts. Actually, that's a lie. I cut off quite a lot of parts because I was quite indecisive to figure out the perfect item or the perfect color, and I changed my mind a lot, and you will see like small cuts here and there, but in these cuts I did not put in transition. But for example, on the start of the video where I did the landscaping, I put a cut there because it was a big part. It was like something big changed. And sadly, this was so frustrating, but I forgot to hit record while I was doing the dining room. So I don't have the dining room, which again I put a cut there, and rooms that we haven't seen in what, like, it's inside the room. I also put a cut there because I thought, who cares to see what I put there. I did not even include these rooms in the screenshots, even though you can see them in the floor plans and in the bathrooms, because it's bathrooms. And actually it took me quite a while to make sure that I have even the bathrooms the same. So yeah, just putting that out there. There are quite a lot of cuts around the place, but I had to make sure that everything was correct, like every single detail, because I do care about these things. Just to let you know also, originally I really wanted this house to work on a 30 by 20 lot, 20 by 30, something like that. But oh my god, Jesus Christ, it did not work. You can see here how small the kitchen is, and actually it's 3 tiles wide on where the fridge is. What I did, but in reality it's 4 leg tiles, something like that. So I had to change it, like you can see the change here. Also the backyard was getting pretty small and they have a huge backyard, so I had to do like few changes that they don't really match on how the house looks, but they had to be done. For example, here in the kitchen I actually expanded the wall by one, even though we can clearly see that it's basically a straight up wall going to the backyard, but yeah, you can see the corner there, but it just could not be done. And yeah, like small changes that you don't even realize that in the TV series or like that. So yeah, just putting that out there. But as I told you, it started as a 30 by 20 lot, but sadly I had to change that, and it is on a 20 by 40, 40 by 30, something like that. It's a lot on Newcrest that actually fit perfectly, and this is not like a common used lot. For example, I only built in that lot one time and I built a spa there, so yeah, it's quite of a regular shape, but you can easily put it on a 40 by 30, I think the lot is the standard size one. It just will have like, you know, a few gaps on these sides. What else? Oh my god, the couches. So this house, I thought I would love it, because recently I kept building classic houses, but hell, I hate it. I don't really like the style of the living rooms, either one of the living rooms, because of the couches that I had to use. They are terrible and I hate them so much. I had to use like I think it's called Hager, like the sofa that you get from the gamer career, and these like armchairs, the one that we got from City Living and the other one that's classic. I'm like, I hate them. I just hate them so much. Like, frustrating. Just I don't really like the color of them. I don't like the texture on them. I don't like anything on them. I would not like to have them in my house, but they had to be here because they were the ones that matched the best. So yeah, just putting that there, that I don't like them. Like, it has a very old style, the entire house, but you know what? If the shoe fits, sure, whatever. But I love these windows, like, not windows, I guess, doors here with the curtains and the red. It's so pretty, you know, it's so pretty. I love it. I just, this is like my favorite part of the entire house. This and the dining room, which you did not see, but I have screenshots of it. I also included in the end the floor plans that I created. Just a heads up, I am not an architect. I have no idea how to create an actual floor plan. But my boyfriend took like 1 year of, half a year? A semester? Something like that, of planning in college, so university I should probably say. So he helped me a bit, but I didn't really completely listen to him because it was like, well, how the hell am I gonna know that this is a half wall? I had no idea. So, no, heads up. They're not professional looking. They're looking like I can understand them so I can create, you know, the house. So yeah. Also in the description I will probably have included a link to download the house from the gallery, plus a link to download the house if you don't have gallery access. Wink wink, you know what I mean. Just because I do that for every house that I build. That takes forever, basically. Basically that takes forever. You know, because I feel like you cannot really get a house like from Dunphy's, for example, from Mod The Sims or wherever now people download houses that are not in the gallery. I have no idea. So I really like to include links for them to be able for you to have it as well. Just saying. So recently, like what? The previous week we got an update on The Sims which included many free items, and one of them which I had no idea because since I lost like the complete documents of The Sims 4, basically it was like I reinstalled The Sims and everything was new. So I have no idea what they actually put in the game, even though I saw like few screenshots on Sims community. I think they did not include everything, at least on what I originally saw. But there was a duck, and Phil is actually obsessed with ducks. And basically where the these butterflies things are, it's a duck painting, and you will see a bit later, or the screenshots, I'm not completely sure. I find the duck and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. It's actually decoration, or I guess, yeah, it's some sort of decoration, a statue, I don't recall how the game calls them, and I was like, so cute, this is perfect, this is perfect. So one of the rooms that I have no idea what it is, it's the room that has the curtain. Like, I've never seen what's there, straight up, but I decided to kind of make it into some sort of a library. Originally, I felt like doing it as a gym, but I felt like a house like that wouldn't have a gym. I don't know, it's kind of like too classic to have a gym, so I decided, hell, let's just make it a library. So this is what I did. This bedroom is the master bedroom, and oh my god, it's so small. I don't know why. I tried expanding it, it didn't really work that well, but it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Hell, I hated how tiny it was. Plus, I hate their bed. Like, you will see in the screenshots, they have the oldest bed. And I'm like, why? This is horrible. And it's like with hood and stuff, and I'm like, I hate it. But you know, I had to stay in character and not build what I liked and build what I supposed to build. So yeah. The backyard now, I guess not only the backyard, the back of the house probably I should say. Apart from actually taking screenshots from 3 series, I did my Google search too, because there are websites that either have tours, have like gone to the studios where things like, you know, filmed, or I don't recall, I think it's a website that is called Hooked on Houses or something like that, that I found screenshots for the other 2 Modern Family houses. And I found this screenshot. I don't recall from where I think it was, because this house was on sale, like the actual house. We actually saw the back of the house, and you can see it straight up mimics the first floor of the house, and the second is basically the exact same. But I could not fit anything, plus you can clearly see that there is a window there, and I cannot like expand the house. So we have a lot of roof, which I don't like. It looks horrible, but whatever, it works. You know what? It works, and if it works, I'm happy. Another thing, the house is on a slope. So on the front yard, it starts as flat as possible, and then it goes like to have this huge, massive, big, I guess foundation, which I could not really do in The Sims 4. Yay for terrain editing. So the entire house ends up being flat completely, so yeah, there's that. What else? I also wanted to say something. Yeah, for the screenshots that I found online, if you search online and be like, oh, Phil Dunphy's house, and come at me and be like, hey, you did that wrong, it's just a heads up. All the screenshots that I found online was not from the last seasons. It was like from the first seasons. I guess not many people care about Modern Family nowadays. And the house changed within the seasons as a family like changes. So look how a very weird bedroom. He had bunk beds, which he now doesn't have. You will see that in the screenshots. The house became more of an open plan than it was before. If you actually search Phil Dunphy's house, you will see from the first episode, like, it was very enclosed. What else? Oh, Haley and Alex used to sleep together. Now Haley sleeps in the basement and Alex has her own room, which I love it as a room. I think it's a very, very cute room in this house. What else? I think that's mostly it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that I have to say anything else about the house. Not as far as I recall, at least. I had a bit of trouble figuring out the layout on this top floor. Plus, I changed a few things. I moved a sim in the house because I was not completely sure if sims could go past like this table and the other table on the other side and everything worked. So there are like few small tweaks here and there, just making sure everything works. You can sleep everywhere. With the master bed is so off-centered because I could not really fit the bed in the middle and two side tables, which bedside tables again, which was very frustrating, very, very frustrating. I hate things when they're not completely correctly aligned. I hate it. So yeah. What else? Oh yeah, in the backyard we can see a trampoline, which is so cute. But I really recall, I think on Sims 3 it was Seasons that we got a trampoline. I'm not completely sure, but I feel like it was then. I don't recall, like I haven't played Sims 3 in so long, but I could not really add a trampoline, or I don't like use mods. This house has no mods or CC. So I did a thing. And it was before the update, actually, that I thought of it, and after the update I was like, oh, that's cool. So the ball pit kind of looks like a trampoline. It was so flat and I felt like maybe if I add something on top of it. And you will see I'm so like intrigued how they added the balls on the ball pit to make it like more 3D, and I'm like, hell yeah, I like that. So yeah, you will see like a very weird trampoline that's not a trampoline, but it kind of works as a trampoline. So at this point, just to make something clear, I had made the foundations to not like straight up to the ground, so no foundations to the house, and I just did that because I had trouble putting the plants where I needed them to be. And I did not recall the fact that, you know, it does not add an extra stair when we have foundation and whatever. So you will see in the screenshots that first things first, I had the foundations at 2 stairs wide height, probably, but I had to push them back to 1 height since it was a trouble putting another staircase in that little room that leads to the ground, to the basement. So yeah, just putting that out there. Here it has a weird thing. To be honest, I never lived in an actual house. I grew up in an apartment in the city. I currently live in an apartment in the city, so I don't have like any idea how these like separated how I don't recall their name right now, houses are, or how the basements are created, but we can see, and you will see in the screenshots, we have like, they have some sort of a hood and wood panels that see Haley put decorations on them, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. So I decided to kind of simulate it, making bookcases there, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense, but does it work? It works. Also, the garage. In Sims 3, we could easily just make the garage same as the ground floor, but here it's like all in the same like level. So I had to make like a made-up ramp to make it like, you know, they can go off the garage. So yeah, you will see it in a bit, but you know, it kind of works, it kind of does. doesn't, so I don't really know. Yeah, I did it with a roof. I feel like, it kind of makes sense. No, oh my god, I hit the light. It kind of looks like a slope. I don't know, I definitely tried. And here is the trampoline that I was telling you. And we're about to hit the screenshots. Just a small thing before we actually go to the screenshots. As I told you, I've included screenshots of how the house looks in the TV series and how it looks on The Sims. And you will basically see a different transition going through each screenshot. I tried to, if you want to pause, you can pause and see every detail as good as possible. The first two screenshots are kind of horrible because I had to enlarge them. So yeah, the other are taken from an online website which had the TV series because I had no other way to actually watch it because I don't own the DVDs for Modern Family because it's not like a TV series that I would easily rewatch. I owned it, to be honest. I would only watch Game of Thrones up to all and How I Met Your Mother. I've watched that 2 times, 3 times, something like that. So yeah, sorry for seeing the player and the advertisement and everything, but it was the only way to actually take the screenshots, and I really wanted to actually include the screenshots because they are important for me while building the thing, and I think it's very also important to see what I've done, and it's not really easy to recall everything in mind. Maybe you haven't even seen Modern Family, and that's like something interesting, seeing how we can replicate something in The Sims 4. And even if you've seen the TV series, you cannot really recall every single detail of that. So I felt like the screenshots of the comparison really made sense. So yeah, I'm really happy for them, of owning them and putting them there. Of course, it's not all the screenshots that I took. I'm not a crazy person to include 150 screenshots, so just a heads up. I put the ones that actually show the best thing of every angle of the house and the most details. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you like it. I honestly hope you like it because I put so many hours on it, and I'm really excited to actually release it, even though it should be out the previous week, which I do apologize for that, but I couldn't really do anything. Even included screenshots of the bathrooms. Although I did not include screenshots of rooms we haven't seen, you can see these screenshots. Well, you cannot. You can see these rooms if you download the house, which again I have links in the description down below for gallery access and non-gallery access, but you can kinda see them in the floor plans, the ones that I created and the ones that are from the house. So yeah, pretty stoked for you to see everything. I don't know, I hope you like it. Please let me know how I did, and I'm, to be honest, kinda scared. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you guys think, if I did well, if you like it. Do you watch Modern Family? Also, in the end, there will be 2 more houses from Modern Family that I've done. If you want to go and see them, just a heads up. I think the commentary will be quite different because I think, at least I like to think that I've evolved from 1.5 years ago, how long it was before that I've done this. So yeah, it might be a bit boring, even though I basically spend half the time talking about the house and things that I've done, but hey. And we're getting near the end, so yeah, pretty stoked about that. Yeah, here's the thing that I told you, that I have no idea what it is. Like, I don't know what these wood boards represent. Don't know. But yeah, if you want, you can leave your suggestions down below for any other TV series or movies that you want to see me recreating The Sims 4. I'm thinking about doing Sherlock, but this will be in the very far future, like not right now. So yeah, feel free to leave them and I will take them into account. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will like what I built. Really hope. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope that you will have an amazing day and take care. Bye.